What's up, guys? Trail here, better known as Budget Bill, and this is your second stimulus check update and stimulus package update for Tuesday, October the 27th. I hope your day is going great so far. Earlier today, Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi met again over the phone to discuss the language changes around the stimulus proposal. The Democrats have been waiting for the White House acceptance of the language changes since earlier last week. We also heard from former Trump advisor that he thinks the stock market is down on the 100% probability that a stimulus deal being passed before the election is not going to happen. And then we also have information directly from President Trump's mouth that a massive stimulus will be coming very soon. Those are just some of the topics that we are going to cover today. But before we get started, if you could, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel. It definitely means a lot and it's completely free to do so. Also, click the notification bell to be notified of each new video that I upload. And if you want an opportunity to get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,600, all you have to do is download the Webull Investing app using the link down below. Then deposit $100 into your account. Now those 2 free stocks will be worth a minimum of $8 each and up to $1,600. If you do decide to join, let me know down in the comments section on which stocks you actually received for free. In addition, if you think that Congress should get off their pass this bill before the election and send you your stimulus checks, then go ahead and smash that like button and let's try to get this video to 500 likes before the day is over. Well, the stimulus talks have come to a halt once again as the negotiations appear to have stalled between the House Speaker and the White House administration. The odds of Congress striking a deal before the November election decreased this week after Treasury Secretary Mnuchin and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi were unable to agree on the virus testing language in the stimulus proposal. A former Trump advisor, Gary Cohen, believes that the stock market has been going down for the past 5 days because he believes there is a 100% probability that a stimulus deal won't pass before the election. He said, "I think now that with we having 8 days remaining from an election, no one thinks that we're going to have a fiscal stimulus until after an election." After last week's dual 48-hour deadline from Nancy Pelosi and Mark Meadows, the House Democrats have been eagerly waiting for the White House administration to accept the changes in the health language around virus testing and tracing. The Democrats have been hopeful that a positive response would come earlier this week. But now that Amy Coney Barrett has been sworn in on Tuesday and the Senate is now leaving Washington to go back home to their home states. Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi spoke on Monday for about an hour in an attempt to finalize the wording request from last week. The two sides have disagreed on funding for state and local government funding and the virus testing language for quite some time. And now the communication between the two earlier today was just rather short. Short to the point that it has been months of negotiations on another round of stimulus, and as the clock keeps ticking, Election Day is just 7 days away. The two sides continue to blame each other over who's responsible for the latest stall in negotiations and accusing the other of moving the goalposts further away each time they get closer to one another. Then, earlier today, the White House press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, acknowledged that the chances are slim for an agreement with the House Speaker before the election. McEnany went on to criticize that a stimulus bill should be for the people and not for the radical left, referring to the Democrats and Nancy Pelosi. So now that the Senate has adjourned until November the 9th, all of Congress could be called back within 24-hour notice if a vote on legislation is needed. But with the election just around the corner, the chances of that happening are very unlikely. Then earlier today, President Trump was speaking with the White House reporters and he targeted Pelosi for seeking bailouts for states and cities run by the Democrats. Trump believes that Nancy Pelosi is only interested in bailing out badly run, crime-ridden Democrat cities and states, and that she is not interested in helping the American people. And because of that, he doesn't think Pelosi will actually be around much longer. He believes that they will actually take back the House very soon. President Trump went on to say that after the election, we will get the best stimulus package you have ever seen. Y'all remember how Trump has stated numerous of times how he wants a much bigger stimulus package than the Democrats want. And he has reiterated several times to the Republicans that they need to go big or go home. And then we also got support last week from Lindsey Graham that he was actually aligned also with President Trump in terms of a bigger stimulus. So, if President Trump wins the election next week, we sure hope he stands by his word and make this the bigger stimulus package that ever was to happen. Especially if the Republicans take back the House. That would ultimately give him free rein to do whatever he wants in regards to a second stimulus package. So, at this point, it appears that the negotiation talks will be on pause for the next several days or so, and at least until the election is over. Problem is, we may not have a presidential winner by November the 4th, considering the few states that are allowing for mail-in ballots to be accepted 3 days after the election is over. So, if the election is close, we may not have a clear winner for another week or two. But once the election committee can finalize our winner, perhaps the negotiation talks will kick back into gear and a stimulus bill can be voted on shortly thereafter. Or at least that's my hopes. And with that being said, this has been your second stimulus check update for today. If you enjoy or find value in this video, please give it a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can be a part of it. Other than that, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.